So you have this, white guy that's going to, kind of go into the psychology of his own community and just kind of explain why the way they move and why they don't really care much about other people. Let's go ahead and roll that.
I'm going to tell you why a large majority of Americans, specifically white Americans, don't give a about not only all the genocides going on in the world, but in regards to Palestine as well. White America holds no value in black or brown bodies. And when Netanyahu says we are fighting human animals, the large majority of white people in this country understood and agreed with that. You see how black folks are treated here in this country, and the response from white people when police murder black men, women, and children, they don't care. They defend it, they justify it because they find no value in black people. So we're seeing that play out on a exponential scale when we look at Palestine. White people do not care unless the victims are white. And again, when Netanyahu says we're fighting human animals, white people, a large majority, will be like, oh, yep, that makes sense.
Personally, I already knew that, what he's talking about. I know they don't care about nobody at all except themselves. And the only time it becomes a problem, unless it happens to them. If, you have people outside of them, bad things happening to them, they don't care. They're like, I ain't got nothing to do with me, I'm good. Until it happens, they're like, oh, black people were saying that the whole time. They've been doing that, right? And I don't get involved with the Palestine thing because it's not, hey, I don't get involved with that. But when you do relate to people as not human, when you say things like that, like Netanyahu said, that is a precursor to someone justifying any kind of genocidal, action, period. Referring to people as any kind of diseases, animals, anything like that, that's a prelude. Because once you take a person from being a human being to being an insect, being a disease, being anything outside of a human being, you're setting that thing up. So yes, we have seen this for a long time. But the reason why I did this video is not for me, but I did it for a lot of you. And a lot of times you don't believe it unless it comes from the mouth of a white person. So since he said it, now do you believe it? That they do not really care about us like that. They don't empathize with the majority of the world. Only thing they do is care about themselves. Now, is that all? No, that's not all. You can never say all of any group of people. It's not all. But for my lifetime, what I have seen, I would say the majority feels like what this man's talking about. It's a minority who do not. And I wish the minority would be the one that get into power, but unfortunately the minority, anytime the minority like that get into power, they try to do things against them. Every time. They want them to stay on code and on code. Look, they like this. Listen, you could be all nice and all that, but you need to keep your mouth shut. That's what you need to do. Or it's going to be consequences and repercussions for you for opening your mouth against white supremacy. That's exactly how they get down. They will harm a white person. They will take a white person's life to show other white people, you better stay in line with white supremacy. Don't you be over there helping black folk. Don't you dare be over there doing that. I know you want to stay in good graces with this community, right? That's what it is. So any white person really want to help, they just got to say, you know what? I'm done with this community. I'm going to go over here and be with these people. That's the only way it'll work. And I've seen, in my lifetime, I've seen some white people like that. And black folks are cool with them, embraced them, never had an issue or problem because we loving people. Like, I've seen people of all kind of groups say, man, black people's the one that helped us out. Black people's the one that embraced us, that took us in when them white folks didn't want to take us in, right? So, yeah. Like I say, I knew all this, but this video was just for educational purposes only, for people who are new and need that reality. This kind of spoke to them. Now that you know that, this is what you do. You move different. You focus more on your community. You focus on your particular family, then your community. That's what you focus on. And understand we don't have nobody but ourselves. That's all we got. At the end of the day, worry about ourselves, focus on ourselves. That's it. We're not worrying about nobody else. We're not worrying about no allyship. We ain't worried about none of that. We're focusing on what we got to do as black people, period. Because once you understand that we don't have nobody, then you can really get to work.